Don't blink! Speed of light!
So eat, drink, and be merry.
There's another one gone.
Oh? I didn't think I would see you here.
Are these two your friends?
Yes. We had the fortune of meeting not too long ago. They are quite a knowledgeable and talented pair, and a pleasure to be around. Traveler, we were just discussing the history of Rex Lapis. Would you like to listen?
This, good sir, seems not to appreciate the almighty power of the Lord of Geo. We are discussing the whereabouts of the first Mora.
The first Mora?
As everyone knows, the Lord of Geo taught the ancient people of Liyue the craft of smelting, creating goods that allowed them to develop trade with the early. Today, Liyue holds the sole right to cast Mora in the entire continent of Teyvat. The world's very...
According to my research, as well as my own hypothesis, I believe that this coin of for example, perhaps the Qixing who control the Liyue use it in some kind of unknown ceremony they hold.
No. My research indicates that the first Mora is a catalyst. This we all know. Even today, Mora is used in the mystic arts for its cute. The world's first Mora would no doubt possess the strongest power. That is, that the Lord of Geo used this original Mora as a catalyst.
A dagger and a sword?
Well, buy the book when it comes out to read the full story. For now, I will only reveal this. The one who finds the dagger shall...
I can't say I agree. Let us not speak of the authenticity of the dagger and sword first. But Mora and money. Rex Lapis just meant for Mora to serve as a catalyst, for people to exchange. The world's first Mora is probably just an ordinary coin created by Rex Lapis. As for its fate...
I think that Mr. Hanshua's hypothesis seems reasonable. Mr. Zhongli...
No, I am not debating right or wrong. I am simply stating a fact.
Enough! Do you think you understand the Lord of Geo more than me?
I know but little about history, and I wouldn't dare to brag. But discuss...
Well then, answer me this. Long ago, when Liyue Harbor was being constructed, the Lord of Geo taught the people how to build houses. The model home he used to teach...
That is correct.
Okay, then tell me. Why would the Lord of Geo do something so extravagant?
There's a simple explanation, really. To the god of wealth and commerce, what material is easier to get than Mora? I mean, I am...
Excuse me, sir. I have some questions about archaeology.
Oh, it's no problem at all. But may my friend accompany us? Perhaps they could...
Of course. They can come if that's what pleases you, sir. What I'm about to say is a bit disrespectful of the Lord of Geo and would draw a lot of angry looks. So it's best to... Your argument just now exhibited acuteness of speech and thought. Most importantly, you don't fall for the boasting and acting of the other. So I have a question for you. Perhaps you will answer differently from other scholars. Do you think that all the gods that the Geo Archon...
Let's not analyze it in terms of good versus evil. Rex Lapis placed great importance on the integrity of contracts. So any gods he killed...
Right! The Lord of Geo wouldn't kill the innocent.
But when I was doing some research, I learned about the legend of the god of salt. The god of salt, Khaenri'ah, was a very kind god. But she encountered Morax one day. Morax used a rather underhanded trick to...
What? No way.
This bit of history is a long story.
Don't worry, please tell me what you know. This event, I've already searched for...
Quite so. I don't know...
Over here, Mr. Zhongli. I've been looking for you. So you're...
Put down your weapon and stay back. Otherwise, Paimon's reporting you.
First of all, I'm not holding a weapon. There's no need to overreact now. I'm simply an archaeological researcher from Sned.
The Fatui say that
But this time, I registered with the Liyue Ministry of Civil Affairs. I will be conducting an archaeological survey here. I heard that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor had a consultant named Zhongli, with immense knowledge of ancient history and archaeology.
So you mean to say that this is work for the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor? Well, since it's work, I don't have a choice.
Of course you would be such a reasonable man.
Wait, if you were studying archaeology, can I go...
That will give us a chance to continue the topic we were just discussing. Oh, and you should tag along too. This experience may be of help to you on your future. It is a story from before the rise of the Seven. Although the god of salt has already perished.
Wait. This is an archaeological expedition, not a tour group.
But this friend of mine has a treasure-finding talent, surpassed by...
Oh? What talent?
If my friend espies a treasure chest, they will absolutely find a way to open it.
Hey, Paimon's good at that too.
Well, that is quite enticing. Well, let's go. There's no time to waste. When the Overlord of the Vortex was crushed by the Jade Chamber recently, an ancient artifact would be good. Traces of ancient activity would be great. But a piece of the god's limb would be even. This place looks so ordinary. Can we really find anything valuable here?
Huh? thinks it looks really grand.
I don't mean the scenery, but rather that there should be something out of the ordinary. A big battle did just occur.
Guyan Stone Forest is actually the perfect place to be. If you wish to learn, legend has it that Rex Lapis threw spears made of large rock into the sea here, piercing and crushing. After many years of wind erosion, those stone spears have turned into the unique rock formation.
These mountains were the Lord of Geo's weapon.
What we see now is just the part of them that remains. The stone spears hurled by Rex Lapis all those years ago. But due to the different angles they landed at, their large centers of mass, erosion by seawater, and years of gravity. So besides wind erosion, the initial collapsing of the stone spears also played.
Well, a god able to fight one so powerful as Rex Lapis was certainly very strong.
Indeed. This is where the value lies. Most of the objects from that time were lost to the sea. But the gigantic waves created by the Overlord of the Vortex have given those sunken objects a chance to see the light of day.
So you're saying that if we look carefully, we'll be able to get very, very rich. I mean, rich with archaeological knowledge and... Well, since we brought so many people, I think it would be...
Okay then. I will go with my friend here. Although I have a smattering of knowledge...
Huh? Me?
What's the matter? This is your profession. Why are you...
I get it. I'll escort him then.
Okay. If we find anything valuable or the ancient god probably left behind lots of elemental marks. Following them should make our search much easier.
Well, go ahead then. Use your elemental sight to look for any marks.
Disappear!
Time for your arraignment!
This moment will be frozen.
Nowhere to hide.
Why are there enemies here?
Guyan Stone Forest is a place where a god was defeated, and its remnants still affect the area to this day.
Freeze!
They're gathering together here. But why?
See that object in the center? Perhaps it emits the remnant strength of the god. That would certainly attract them. But the hydromonic monsters... I have a contract, and must put my personal feelings aside. Go ahead. Defeat them, and recover the relic.
Wind blade!
It's just a stone slab, but its design is quite unique. This should be enough to garner some information. Let's head back.
You call yourself a scholar of archaeology? You can't even recognize this or that. What are you, good?
We all have our areas of expertise. I already tried very hard to explain.
Oh, stop arguing! What in the world happened?
This girl just keeps bragging about how she's an archaeologist, but she doesn't even know anything about the surrounding ruins. I even know more than her. She left me to rely solely on guessing, experience, to find anything valuable to take back. Ugh, what a waste of time.
I've just been researching the god of salt, so I'm not familiar with sea relics. Is that so strange? And you, You kept asking about how much Mora everything is worth. Can the value of relics only be measured in Mora?
I mean, isn't measuring their value in Mora the easiest?
Now, calm down. No need to make a fuss. We were... Oh, what a shame. These objects were indeed washed ashore by the Overlord of the... The stone slab we found, however, has a mysterious pattern and faint aura of divine...
Quick, give it to me! At least we didn't come for nothing. The power of the gods, yes! Oh, but these other objects are certainly worth a little something, right? It should be enough to cover the cost of hiring you.
So, it's only valuable for research if there are remnants?
Not at all. My quest to uncover the history of the God of Salt is because... But you? You're just trying to use archaeology...
Nonsense! I'm a professional archaeology researcher from
Oh, by the way, you probably don't want to...
Oh? Why's that?
That's not an ancient teacup. It's part of Ningguang's collection. It must have fallen here along with the Jade Chamber.
Ah, I see. What?
See? You do want to...
So what? Why can't I pursue wealth both... All right, then. No need to stay here any longer.
Freeze! What's the hurry?
I heard that Khaenri'ah was once the home of the God of Salt's people. Therefore...
According to legend, the people of the God of Salt, Khaenri'ah, but this legend has been around for ages, with the countless scrap collectors and treasure hoarders.
Oh, good. That's just great. If I knew it...
About that, I know there's a ruin deep in this cave here. However, the ruin entrance has been sealed by a mysterious power. I found a mechanism that seemed to be related to the seal, so at the moment, the seal's origin and how to break it are very important topics in my I don't know. There's no concrete evidence. But I'm pretty sure the seal is meant... The God of Salt was a benevolent god, adored by the people, not to mention powerful. So, the one who wants to hide some truth is...
This doesn't sound like something the Lord of Geo would do, though.
Who cares about all that? It sounds like countless treasures of the...
You weren't listening at all, were you? Even if there's a mountain of treasure...
Ah, but we have the illustrious Mr. Zhongli with us. He looks like he knows just about everything.
This seal seems to be quite ancient. Even Mr. Zhongli may not...
I may know something about it.
What?
Over the years, I've heard various rumors with bits of knowledge about seals. Let's go take a look at the mechanism, Miss...
Okay, since Mr. Zhongli said...
Dodge this!
Here it is. There's some debris scattered here that, when put together, look like they definitely had to do with the God of Salt. See that? Although we activated the mechanism, nothing happened to the seal.
That's because there's actually another mechanism that must be activated.
Another? This place seems familiar. Huh, I remember. I think when I investigated the seal last time, I had some... But when we lit up all the elemental monuments...
That's because you don't just need to activate them at the same time, but in a certain order as well. The secret to this puzzle is hidden in the legends about the Ark Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingce in the north. All desolate and devoid of life. Liyue is vast, Yet even one haven is hard to find.
To the north, to the east. Do the people of Liyue always talk in riddles?
I think I've heard this saying, but
Certainly you have. To provide a haven for her people. At that time, with the chaotic and that haven she eventually...
how sad then.
Okay, enough with these ancient stories. Now that we have the...
Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingse in the north. With this clue, you should be... Let me lead the way from here.
Don't blink!
Speed of light.
Don't blink!
Speed of light.
Look! The seal really was broken! Mr. Zhongli is indeed quite remarkable.
It was nothing, really. Now, it's time that people learn the hidden truth lost to time.
Freeze! What's the hurry?
Before entering the ruin, I have a proposal that will help us prevent the kind of...
Okay.
I propose you to agree upon a contract, stipulating that we alternate who gets claim to each treasure we... To show my sincerity, I won't be taking any treasure.
Hey! Don't pass an opportunity like...
I don't agree. I mean, you want me to split the treasure with this amateur?
I don't agree either. He will only defile the precious relics
Well then, if the contract is not agreed upon, you will have to rely on your own experience to find whatever treasures are hidden in this...
You have the audacity to demand this. Okay then. Even half of the...
If you want me to agree upon this contract, so be it. If we discover the truth behind the God of Salt, you must judge it fairly, even if the truth...
I can accept this arrangement. Well then.
Are these... statues?
No. These are people. They were probably followers of the God of Salt.
How did they become this way?
What in the world is hidden deep in this ruin? Look at this! It's filled halfway.
It just looks like a fancy salt holder. Seems like the god of...
According to my knowledge, it's no ordinary vessel. Although it is only half full, it is also...
What? You're saying that even if I pour the salt out, the amount inside...
Exactly.
Able to produce endless salt. The god of salt is powerful indeed.
Finally, after all that effort, I've found precious treasure. I just need to pour the endless salt into 1,000 or 10,000 bags. I can sell it and make a fortune.
Hey! How can you use a relic of the god of salt?
If Mr. Clement wants this salt chalice, then the next object we find will belong to Miss One.
Of course, as we agreed. But how can anything be worth more than...
Since we have a contract,
Then let's move on.
This is order. Quake! Crumble! Rise!
Just a simple ruler. It doesn't look to be worth anything.
this, if I remember correctly, this is...
Indeed. But the god of salt imbued it with... When you stick this ruler in the ground, the surrounding area will become covered in salt. Much like a rise... The deeper it is stuck in the ground, the more salt will appear. It is essentially...
That's even better than the salt chalice!
Well then, according to our contract, the salt ruler goes to Miss Wanyan.
No, unacceptable. I paid for and organized this entire expedition. Why should I get the short end of the stick? And this girl has been useless. Why would she get anything?
Oh boy, here we go again.
So you are saying you want to break?
So what if I break it? Now that I've seen how the mechanisms in this ruin work, I know. Let's not forget who hired who here. Why should I?
Because you agreed to a... Rex Lapis once said, ones who break their contracts...
That is one of your Liyue gods. I am from...
will suffer the wrath of the rock. You...
Leaving so soon. Gather. Order guide you. Prepare yourself. Stabilize. You can't run from death.
I shall confiscate your treasure as well. You are not worthy to continue any further into...
Oh, darn you! Just...
Some archaeological survey. He could... Yeah! Good thing Paimon can smell...
Clement's wrongdoing stemmed from greed, yes. But besides greed, there are many other things that may tempt us to break contract. When people see the object of their dreams, how many are really able to control their desire? I think we should be honest with each other now.
Huh? Be honest about...
That in truth, not a single member of this archaeological expedition came here for
Why do you say that?
Miss, you lack even the most basic archaeological knowledge, and can recognize naught but a few simple relics. You aren't interested in archaeology or relics. What you're really... I believe those legends about the god of salt that you mentioned on the Pearl Galley are passed down between...
Okay, that's enough. Sir, you are indeed a man of great knowledge and talents. I seem to have been right to seek you out once I... You're right. I'm not a scholar of archaeology. I come from one of the 8 trades under the juris. Our ancestors were those protected by the god of salt all those years ago, when the Archon War engulfed the land in chaos.
Oh, right! Now that you mention it, the people of Liyue...
During the war, Morax assassinated our god out of envy for her power. He left us alone and we hate him! But this is Morax's Liyue after all, so I seek proof of Morax's guilt. He has blood on his hands and cruelty in his heart. We agreed to a contract that we will face the truth head on, didn't we, Mr. Zhongli?
Naturally, of course. But I must add, come with me. All the answers you seek.
Quake! Crumble! Rise! Solidify!
Inadmissible evidence!
Oh, so sorry.
Cut to the chase!
Incoming!
Dodge this!
I will have order.
This is a sword? Aha! It's a broken sword! This is proof! This proves that the god of salt had to fight back! Fight back against the evil Mor. The power of this sword surely is much greater than that of the salt. If we can repair the sword, then we can show the world the mighty power.
It does look like something left behind after being defeated in battle.
2 pieces of a broken sword. From an archaeological perspective, these are 2 separate relics. According to the contract, you can...
Why? We were alternating claims to treasure, true. But Clement is no longer...
Yes, but the only one object per claim clause still holds true. You cannot...
This logic!
Zhongli, she seems like a...
When there's a contract, nothing can be allowed to slide. If the contract is not followed, then it...
No! If I only take 1/2, then it can't be repaired. No matter what, I must be faithful, even if it breaks the contract. I don't care.
So you are already decided? Then there is a price to pay for breaking the contract.
Zhongli!
That is to say, you consign yourself to suffer the wrath of the rock.
That's okay. The god of salt gave up her life to punish me however you want. Just let me take this proof of my faith.
No, you can't hit her!
Perhaps that punishment would be easier for her. As punishment, I will tell you the truth.
Huh? The truth? You mean the...
Yes. The truth that I am about to tell you. I'm afraid to say that the god of salt, Khaenri'ah, was not the powerful god you... Rather, she was a small and weak god who yielded to all other gods. When it came to war, she lost.
What?
During the Archon War, the gods of this world used all their strength and cunning to vie for control. But Khaenri'ah instead chose to flee. She thought that by giving up before a fight could start, she could save herself and her... However, during such a long war, there is no end to the advances of aggressors. After making countless concessions, Khaenri'ah lost all of her lands, until only one small...
No. No!
In her last days, she had not even a single blade to defend her people.
Not even a single blade?
This sword is not a relic belonging to the god of salt.
Murder weapon? No! That's not true! That can't be true!
As I said before...
Preposterous! You are a follower of Morax! Don't...
Hey! Hey! Come back!
Indeed. Otherwise, why would I use the truth as punishment? I did not want to tell. Let's follow her deeper into the ruin. There, I fear, we will find something that will leave her...
Are these statue thingies running? What will we find ahead?
Salt. And betrayal.
What are all these? What did they see? What did they do? What?
Since you do not trust me, let us continue onward. That which lies beyond this door will show you all. This is the scene of the crime. Khaenri'ah's body dissipated, leaving nothing but these traces of salt. The story continues that some among her people realized at last that this gentle... The Archon War was cruel in the extreme. Instead of consigning her to the agony of defeat, they thought perhaps it would be better to give her a quick
But what about these statue things?
No matter how weak the god, the power that flows forth when they are slain is beyond the strength of mortal coils. To those who could not flee were thus transformed. Those of her people who were untouched by this disaster left for Liyue, where they sought refuge. Their descendants feared Khaenri'ah's remnants and lived in terror, so they risked their lives to come here, to break the sword and offer up obeisances in hopes, but they need not have done so. For how could a god who had never once resisted...
This must be a lie. A false history. Don't you dare try to shake my faith!
Yikes. Zhongli didn't show any mercy.
This is the price she must pay. Yet I would, judging by how she appeared, I fear that she will struggle for a time. But indeed, in ages past, Khaenri'ah's story served as a warning to me as well. Faith in a god who has already passed will do you no good. So it is for Khaenri'ah. And so it is for Morax. All right then. Now...
Huh?
Treading old ground, one cannot help but be reminded of old acquaintance. Now, I mentioned before that many gods of old have been sealed beneath. The Adepti have presently handed Liyue over to mortals, and Khaenri'ah's time was even further. To leave them here is to let them slumber. And it is also... I ended an era with my own two hands. I've always wondered how I should... History records, but history may be changed. This incident proved that I need to find a better way of recording history in order to engrave its truth. Stone carvings were one such ancient method, but unchanging stone...
Zhongli.
Therefore, I thought of you. You are one who crosses the celestial atlas, and who passes through countless worlds. If our history is engraved in your memory, as long as a traveler like you is able to record what happened, then a backup of sorts will exist for times and tides of Teyvat.
Sounds like tough work.
Now then, it is time that we consigned both the Salt Chalice and...
Why do we need to throw...
As I said before, this is the place to which this includes Osial, Overlord of the Vortex, who the Jade Chamber... Thousands of years ago, the Adepti and I fought against the turmoil that plagued every corner of this land. Guyan Stone Forest, where I sealed many gods with my spears. After so long, naught but folk tales remain. Osial, you and I were foes, but our ancient grudge is but a bygone memory now. May that which Khaenri'ah has left behind be yours to subsume. And thus another spark of divinity departs from Liyue. My legacy shall now be left to those who come after to debate. I will remain here for a while. I fear that moments of reminiscence, we did not measure right and wrong during the day. Of course, as I am now. I will remain here for a while. Though the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler do have power in their own, if a day comes when he should recover his strength and return, I will remain here for a while. That is a good question. But now... Yes. I suppose I will continue in my... But if this journey was to your liking, why don't you come along the next...